Hey, everybody, you're live with us. This is the Independent Creator Awards. Tonight is hosted by Chuck. I believe Chuck might be having some internet issues at the moment. We are live. We're here for the awards. Tonight, you're going to be hearing no music because we're using words. And yes, I'm aware there are words in music, but those are copyrighted songs. So tonight, you get me. And we're going to be talking about all the stuff that's happening and how the awards have really been important. But for right now, what we're going to do is because we're waiting up. Here's the man himself. Chuck has entered the building.
Dude, if you don't make a big entrance, what's going on? How you guys doing?
Tell him who you are, and I'm going to get out of your screen. I got all nervous. I was like, is he not coming?
No. What kind of world would it be without this dude? No, thank you guys so much. You know me. I'm Chuck Pino, Pineau, of Chuck's Shop Talk. I'm a writer-editor, and right now, I'm just a fan. I'm just someone who absolutely loves indie comics, and so I'm here to talk about my favorite part of the comics, words. So tonight we're gonna deliver the awards that I'm most excited about, and you know I didn't get to deliver an awful lot of words this year. I mostly edited words last year, so I get to be all excited about the work that everyone else did. So Rob, what do we got going on tonight?
Oh man, we have something bad, believe it or not. As of last checking, we don't have a winner. First time ever, fan awards, we don't have a winner. So we're talking about the all ages category here. We were talking about that earlier. For those who tuned in, you guys saw us talking about the fact that there was no winner. We had some movement, but we have not gotten a winner yet for today. So we're going to look at it live, and we might be announcing a live winner right now. This is the first time this has ever happened.
That's exciting.
I feel so unprepared. I feel like I haven't done my job somehow. Like I haven't advocated hard enough. I'm getting the sweats, Chuck. I'm getting the sweats. Are you ready to go?
Or we advocated so hard that this just became a really tough fight.
Oh, you know what we could do, though? You know what might make this interesting? Let's look to see if there's a winner. And what if there's not a winner?
We give lots of love to all of them? I mean, it's the kids' book, so all ages book.
We let it run to the end of the night.
Okay.
That'd
be fun.
That'd be fun, right? Like, hey, if it ain't here yet, let's see if we can get it to
come. For those of you guys watching, screw with us. Go and hit that award right now, the All Ages Award, and vote. And make it more and more difficult.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm looking at it right now. I'm trying to get it to load. There we go. Loading. Please excuse us for 1 minute as we figure our life out. I'm trying to see if it says it's loading, but you know, computers. All right, here we go. I think Facebook is playing nice now. Everyone just ran to the Facebook group is what happened. So real quick, tell them about Chuck's Shop Talks. You didn't actually mention what that is.
That's true. Chuck's Shop Talk, that is a show that I do weekly Tuesdays at 10 Eastern. And what I do is I have on different guests, and you know, so many shows out there are to promote and push like crowdfunding campaigns and all that kind of stuff. But really, I wanted a show that made us all better. And so Shop Talk is just about having a guest on and talking about their processes and the things that they do in order to make the amazing products that they make. So it's less about promoting and more about promoting excellent techniques to make better books.
I love that.
Thank you.
All right, so here it is. The winner of the category is, and Chuck gets to announce it. I haven't even looked. So, oops. No looking, no peeking. Let's see. Here we go.
All ages, right?
No, this is the wrong one.
All ages anthology?
I was going to say all that, and we went into the wrong room. Womp womp. Womp womp.
That's why live shows are the funnest, people, because of moments like this. It does not get any better than this. Heck, some of the coolest things that Rob and I have ever done have all just been because we were live doing weird stuff. And if you've ever watched Backer Pause, you have seen some of the cool stuff that has come from just random live weirdness, such as pages not being available, etc.
I'm telling you, this is just Facebook messing with us. There we go. And we do have a winner.
We do. Caleb Doucette and Angela Odling for Super Cats Halloween special. Congratulations, guys. That's amazing.
So that happened live. So we do not have a winning plaque. A winning plaque will be made for Super Cats. We want to congratulate everyone who created something for the children this year. Absolutely amazing. You're all amazing. You
guys all won, and we all won. Future generations and everything. That was amazing. Let's make this category next year an even tougher race. Okay?
Amen to that. Amen to that. Now, this is the part of the program where I tease everyone watching because no one gave us an ad except Chuck did. He does. I actually am loading it up. But Chuck was behind the scenes. He knew this was coming.
That's true.
The rest of you didn't. We are going to play a brand new one. But there's nothing. You know what the best thing in the life is, really, Chuck? Do you know what the best thing is?
I mean, I have my theories, but I can't say them on camera. What are yours, though?
Self-promotion.
Mr. Anderson is the unboxable advocating creator known as the devilish comics creator who will tempt you with his devilish tales. He creates books about fetish, monsters, and more, and offers free spanks and hugs. He also teaches morals with farts. Check out the Comics Devil by going to MrAnderson.com.
That's right.
Great music. That's some solid music, by the way.
Yep. Nothing like the awesomeness of just, banging your head to your own promotional material, right?
Absolutely.
All right, we're moving on to our next award. Here it is. And next on the agenda for this evening, we have...
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Best comic shorts. This is... Okay, so when I said I wrote, I didn't write much. Maybe I'm a little off, but this is best comic shorts, so from anthologies and whatnot. There was a lot of really good ones. I have to tell you, like, even just being a part of several of these, two of these in fact, or well, actually both of these, because Ragnarok Come and Creative Journey are both from the comic book school, correct?
Yeah.
And then, of course, my own Scarecrow, Treatise of Terror, was from Cthulhu Invades Oz, which has been an absolute trip to be a part of. All of them were just so cool. Anthologies don't necessarily get the love that they deserve, but so many of us get to have our stuff shown off through these shorts. A lot of us, even early on, we have books on tables because we were a part of these cool anthologies, and our names are forever tied with all of these incredibly intelligent, amazing creators who did other shorts in these books. So I think we do need to celebrate these comic shorts more and more. And we have, I guess these are our top three. We have Ragnarok Come, we have Treatise of Terror, and we have The Creative Journey. So who's our winner today, Mr. Announcer?
All right. Well, I'm happy because we have the winner here with us, and you go ahead and announce it. We're going to bring him in.
Ragnarok Come. What is going on, homie? How you doing?
I'm good. How's everything, Chuck?
I'm fantastic, man. Congratulations. How do you feeling right now?
You know what? This is really good for me. I dropped my first comic last year, and this Ragnarok Come was just one of my follow-ups, and it happened to be in this anthology with a whole ton of killer content in it. So I'm pretty stoked. This is pretty awesome.
Tell us about the story, and tell us how they can get it.
Here's that self-promotion we were talking about. You can get it at for free with the Comic Book School website. Check it out. It's anthology is called Panel 1. And it's something that was put together by Buddy Scalera. And, he basically he runs a school that is like a learning process, and it's an unofficial school, but he does lectures and he does conventions and stuff like that, basically connecting people, and it's everything from connecting writers to artists, and showing people the way of how to make a comic. And this basically came about. I think he wanted to make a single story with somebody, and that person said, "Hey, let's do a whole anthology. Let's see who can make this reality in a pandemic." And it's a pretty big deal because people are at home not doing anything. What better way to create something than trying to find stuff for you to do? And yeah, a lot of people that could have been playing video games or bored out of their mind doing nothing, picking boogers or something, they got together and said, let's put together some great ideas and concepts and make some good stories. And that's how Ragnarok Come came. It was something that I found an artist online who was willing to go with an idea. JP is a killer talent, and I wish him the world. I'm going to be working with him later on more Ragnarok Come, hopefully, but other stuff as well. And he just helped get my vision out there, and we made a great team, and apparently came out with a killer concept, killer story.
That's absolutely awesome, man. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. Yeah, man. And so cool for it to be, effectively like your first year, and you get to come out and you get to tell people that you're an award winner. You have this cool thing that you can show off. I mean, that's absolutely fantastic. Congratulations from us to you and the whole team.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. No.
Chris, before we let you go,
yeah,
would you like us? It doesn't matter when we announce it because the voting's already over. How about we look to see what anthology won? Because we're up for the Anthology of the Year award. Would you want to stay live and see if we won it or not?
I can do that.
It'd only be 5 minutes.
No, not to put you on the spot or anything, Chris.
Well, there's a big Chris is actually, for those who don't know, Chris is running round 2, as he was talking about. Like, he's in charge of our second challenge. So it would be great to have him, and I don't want to keep him because originally we'd scheduled to do it at the end of the night, but we'll move it up to now just, because he's in the room. Here we go. You want to read off who's running for it, Chuck?
Yeah, homie. We've got Zombies Were Human 2. That's by Austin Janowski. We've got Cthulhu Invades Oz by our own Travis Skibb. And we've got the Creator Connections Panel 1, Buddy Scalera. So who is our winner, Rob?
Well, before we go to the winner, we do want to give credit to everyone who created an anthology in 2020. Come on. Being able to still get that out. I know that we had comic book school wasn't the easiest thing in the world for us to be part of. We met, we kept going. So I'm excited about this award. And let's see, let's get to it. I'm nervous. Here we go. 'Cause you never know what happens, man. It's live TV. With 75 votes out of there we go. We have taken.
That's fantastic.
That is it. Do you want to talk about the second channel real quick? Second challenge real quick.
Yeah.
Chris, go ahead.
Yeah. The second challenge is going on right now. And for those that put in votes for this first challenge and know about it, the last year it was a little bit easier, a little bit broader as far as the scope goes for what could be used in a story. We pretty much took everything. This year there's a prompt, and we're getting into scripting phases at this point in time. But anyone is available to get into it, do it. It's one of those things, as you can see, the first one obviously again won something, which is great. It's good press, good publicity for the anthology. And the second one, it's already got a good start. A lot of the same teams are coming, not necessarily the same teams, but the same creators are coming together and working with other creators that were within the same anthology. So we're going to be able to see a lot of new stuff going on, and it's going to be really fun to see, what comes out of this next anthology.
Absolutely. And Chris, thank you so much for participating and taking over the reins this year. and helping us get another one out. I expect to win this award. I want to be a double award winner.
That would be great. That would be awesome. And
that's something cool though that you can. That's something cool though that you can send to your guys working right now, and you can tell them, here's the bar. Now you guys got it, because next year we want 3 awards. So you guys better, and tell them next year I don't want to win Best Short. You guys got to come at me and take it from me.
That's great. Yeah. Well, this is gonna be awesome, and it's great momentum moving forward. I'm totally stoked, and I know that the rest of the creators that were part of panel 1, they're feeling it. And panel 2, we're just going to keep pushing and hopefully definitely come out with something even better this year.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
And thank you for coming on and being part of the awards as it is. We're going to take a break. Chris, I'll see you in the chat rooms, and we'll make sure to make something. Thank you for being on tonight, man. Go back to your day and tell everyone we have won. But for now, it's shameless promotion time, and this time it's Chuck's turn.
Are you sure about this? We should never have gotten involved. We're way beyond that now. We'll call a meeting soon and figure this out.
How is a tool shed worth all this trouble?
Wait, you don't know about the shed?
It's just easier if I show you.
Go outside. You'll understand.
What is this? How is this possible? It's supposed to be gone.
Tim's eyes slowly opened, and he peered around him. They were not in the Essence House anymore.
Essence House by Eric J. Cockrell and Chuck Pino.
Today's the day, asshole.
All right. Well,
there we go.
There's that. There's that. Forgot about that moment. That one's on me. That one's definitely on me.
I was like, oh, it's supposed to end soon. It's supposed to end soon. It didn't happen.
No, but yeah.
Live TV.
There we go. Potty mouth Chuck, I forgot.
No, yeah, what are you going to do, right? Thank you so much for that, man. Season 3 is coming up. Literally, we're recording it right now. So we're really excited and hope you guys check that out. But we've got more awards coming up. What are we working on next, homie?
Next would be the Originality Award. And look, I'm back up for the award.
We are back up for an award. We've got Immortal Era. We've got Macabre Motel. And we've got The Creative Journey with Rob.
I got to say that when you're competing for something like this, you want to win, but when you see someone that you know deserves it more than you, it's always kind of nice, right? Because it means that you're rubbing elbows with some great creators, with some people that you're really excited to be around with. And I gotta say, we're gonna go to it right now, and some people might get a bit of a spoiler because this one wasn't as close a race, so we had plenty of time to do this one. And here it is. Immortal Error takes it, and we have Edward with us. Here's the award, and this is your second award now, Edward, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the second one. The first one we got in the art category, so I was happy to see Cesar get some love in that category. That was great. And this is amazing, just to have an award for the writing that I've been doing. So this one feels really good too.
What would you say makes this as original an idea as it is?
I mean, in the end, nothing's really original, but it's, can you take an idea and craft it in a different way? So I think what makes it original is it's got bits of zombie feel to it, but there's no zombies. It takes place in a post-apocalyptic world, but not in the way that we've seen a million post-apocalyptic stories. So taking concepts that may not be completely original or never seen before, but trying to mold them into a story that no one's ever seen. So it's got bits of magic and mysticism involved in a post-apocalyptic world, which is something I'm hoping that people haven't seen before. So I kind of just try to throw a lot of things in there and make a story that's compelling for people to read.
That's fantastic, man. Very well earned. Congratulations. I think that's absolutely
Thank you.
awesome. Can you give us a little shout out to that team that helped make that original concept pop to life?
Yeah, definitely. So the artist is Cesar Oliveira, and he won for his structures in the last one. Viviana Spinelli does the colors, and then we have an editing team with my wife April Davis and Tony Pipitone, and he's my one that goes in and makes sure that there's not one little comma or anything out of place. So yeah, it's a big collaborative effort, which is something you learn with comics. And then Manny Hernandez brings it all together with the lettering and deals with my million changes that I have in making up until basically the day we take it to printing. So I'm fortunate to be working with an amazing team, and we've been working together for all 4 issues because we've completed 3 and issue 4 will be out pretty soon.
That's fantastic. Congratulations. That's so amazing for you.
Thank
Dude,
you.
way to go, man.
And before you go, give them that elevator pitch again. Tell them why they should be getting this book
And where they can find it.
and where they can find
All right.
it.
The book, you want to get this book because this is going to tell the only story that you're going to read where the goal of the story is to kill everyone. So the only way to save humanity is by killing them. And the place to find it, Finish Line COMiX. You can go there on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And finishlinecomics.com has a link to the web store. And then the 20th of March, we're launching the Kickstarter for issue 4. So that'll be your way to get everything, including merch and swag and whatever you want to show your love for Immortal Era.
All right. Well, thank you for being on. We're going to take a quick break for your printing, and when we get back, we'll have another award. Thank you, Edward, for spending time with us, and congratulations, my friend. It is well deserved.
Thank
All
you.
right. We'll be back on the other side of this quick ad. And Chuck, you actually use COMiX Impressions. Some of your books come from there, as do mine.
I have, yeah. Dude, love their work. I remember the first book that we got from them. It just had such a beautiful, glossy feel to that cover. And I don't even think it was actually a glossy cover. It just had that feel. And yeah, man, love their work. They're absolutely amazing. Any chance you get to level up your game, take it. And Comic Impressions is one of those chances.
All right, so here we go. Best new series we have, and you know some of these. Go ahead and tell the world.
I do. Okay, so this first one is Divinity, and then we have Voodoo Nations, and we have The Pits.
And let us go to the videotape and see who is taking it.
Divinity, R.A. Jones and Barb Kahlberg. That's amazing. Congratulations, guys.
And this is, of course, from Silverline. I don't know if Silverline considers themselves a studio or just publisher, so we'll just go with Silverline for today because I don't want to get it wrong. They definitely have some great stuff going on. Go to Silverline. I believe it's .com. You can check it out. They're on Kickstarter. This is an interesting book. You have Divinity, and I mean, cool, very cool stuff going on, I think, from Silverline. Wouldn't you agree, Chuck?
Yeah, man, it looks really cool. I think actually my wife got one of those on Kickstarter, so I'm very excited to be able to read that and check it out, especially now that it's an award-winning series.
That's right. Gets the brand new series from 2020. We congratulate everyone involved. And if you want to read off everyone they actually have it. I think they have the entire team listed in that award thing. It's just R.A. Jones and Barb. How do you say Barb's last name? I want to.
Barb Kahlberg.
Alberg. Okay. Yeah. Congratulations to everyone who did create something in 2020 again. We can't stress that enough, how important that is, that you guys kept creating and how thrilled we are that you guys kept doing that. And we appreciate everyone who's out there hustling and getting things done. So,
you know, and I did want to say that Rob has been very respectful and didn't immediately want to do these awards because he wanted to respect how tough it was for people just to create things. And that's why I came and I said, I totally agree with you. But on the other side, for those people who were able to push through and make it happen, we still got to find a way to give them some love, because it wasn't easy at all. And so, of course, in great comics fashion, we compromised and we found a cool way, and we decided, instead of judging people, because no one deserves to get judged, especially in a year like last year, and heck, even this year isn't much better. So we decided, why don't we get the public involved? And so fans came out, they supported, they shared, they nominated, they talked about pieces, and that's why you're seeing all of this happen right now. So I want to personally thank Rob and company for making this happen, and really allowing us to show off all these amazing works that happened last year.
And of course, what we're talking about is the process that came together. Shout out to Geek Insider, of course, Chuck, who's here, and Indie Vault. We're all part of this year's planning, preparation. This is our third of 4 nights. We have done this for what will be a month, bringing you the awards, doing this every week. We want to congratulate everyone who's been part of it, because you helped us build awareness about comics. We're going to take a quick break. We will be right back, but because you guys left it up to me, you left it up to me. It's time for more shameless self-promotion. My name is Mr. Anderson. I'm known as the Comics Advocate and Uncanny Devil. But more importantly, before all that began, I was just a creator trying to find my way. And thanks to Comic Book School, I did find my way. Check out my creative journey, see the roadblocks that I had, how Comic Book School inspired me, and all the great art brought to life by all these amazing creators who joined me on this creative journey. This is my answer to the 8-page challenge, and I hope it inspires your creative journey, and I hope it inspires you to take the next 8-page challenge. And you can go to comicbookschool.com today to get your free copy and check out my creative journey. So what do you think, Chuck? Are we ready to get back to the business of giving out awards?
Nothing makes me happier.
Why don't we check out? I mean, we saw the new series of the year, but what was the indie series of the year? You know, what was the comic book all together? And we even opened this up. We didn't really have much of a rule base on this one, did we? We just said, show us who's got the fan base, who is the one, and we got some responses. I was very happy about that. Yeah. Here are the top 3.
Here we go, guys. We've got Nightwolf, we've got Sugar Pop, and we've got Broke Down and 4 Dead Bodies.
And that's just not it. I mean, realistically, I think what we're going to do on this one, I'm just going to stall for a second as it loads. We're going to go to the bottom, and I think we should really just read everyone who showed up. Because I think everyone this was everyone coming together. There were people who got excited about it. There was good back and forth with it. I mean, we had a good amount of people. So I want to give shout out to everyone in this one, because we didn't get to do it on the Sunday Comics Brunch, and we're running a little ahead. So if you don't mind, Chuck.
I don't mind in the least, brother.
Let's give some love to everyone who was involved.
Okay, cool. We've got Dust Bunny Mafia by Brett Giuliano. We've got Harlan Buck by Weldon Studios. Immortal Era, we saw Edward Davis earlier. That was another shot at him and some love to him. We've got Barbara Unleashed by our own Rob Anderson. And then we've got... You got to clap yourself on the back now and then. We've got, in 3rd place, Mr. Nightwolf himself, Rob Moltari. And then coming up right behind that, we've got Broke Down and 4 Dead Bodies by Mr. Travis Gibb. And... in 1st place, Dan Mendoza, Sugar Pop. Congratulations.
Tell me that cover doesn't pop, right?
It's Sugar Pops, yeah.
There we go. This wins the series. And again, next year, we're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep improving. And I'll make the announcement now for those who don't know. We have already announced that after Super Bowl weekend, we will have the awards as a 2-night show. Each night will be 2 hours. We're going to do a lot of fun stuff. We're going to jam-pack it. We're going to have a different award season next year. Right now, we're setting up to have you, the fans, nominate everybody, including creators themselves. Then we'll have them all go to a runoff like we did this year, but we're going to stop it and then allow a creative panel of judges to pick the final winners in certain categories. The other categories that are just fan-based will be released right after we switch to the judging, and they'll be able to pick new areas to pick winners. Everyone gets to be involved next year. We're really excited about it. Chuck has not confirmed whether or not he'll be back next year. He's done it 2 years in a row. So I'm not going to ask him for 6 months, because if you asked me today, after everything I've been through putting together these 3 days,
no.
I would say no. So I have to have that baby thing where I have the baby and I have to stop thinking about having the baby for 6 months. Because if I were to ask me, I would say no, sir. No. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm happy to see Barbara Unleashed up there. If 50 Shades was written by an adult who knew what they were talking about. And that was season 1. All right, guys, we're done playing around. We're going to get right back into it. We're pretty excited. So far today, just to recap, we've done the All Ages book. We have the Anthology of the Year, the Best Comic Book Shorts, the Originality Award. We got to see something about Essence House. We talked about the Best New Series. We just found out about the Indie Comic Book Series, but we have something special. Next, we have somewhat of an interesting panel, Chuck. This is not only our last award, but this one has categories. Because for the first time ever, the genre worked out, where we're going to do different genres and find out who won live again. So this was a thing. I sent out a whole bunch of things throughout the day, seeing if we could get different people to vote for all the different writers that are here. So we have 2 categories. Those 2 categories and what we have coming up next, you're going to find out right after we come back from a break, because again, you put me in charge of ads. So this is Listener Live. A spiritual horror story set in a brutality of World War II, a world with unspeakable evil. Live now on Kickstarter. Listener. I hope you guys listened up and you're going to go to Kickstarter and check that out today.
That's pretty great, dude.
Thank you. I did it off the top of my head. All right. Pretty excited about this next one. This is going to be for Writer of the Year. I'll be honest, Chuck, I did not feel like I was going to win Writer of the Year. I just did not feel like I was going to be there. That was something that was a bit of a strain, but we're gonna give it away that Brian Polito is our winner. Before we go into our categories, we're gonna get right to it, because this is some big news, and you can go ahead and read what he wrote.
I create stories which I unleash upon the world, with such stories as Lady Death, Hell Witch, and La Muerta.
Yeah, and I want to get that out of the way because we want to talk about the categories. And the categories are also exciting. So we're going to look down and we're going to tell everyone, according to the awards, who won the different categories, because I think that'd be interesting. But a lot of credit to Brian. Definitely. I mean, the way he crowdfunded.
Yeah, Brian is a beast. He's been in the business for well over 20 years. He's just a absolutely amazing dude, and he has just this fan audience that comes roaring onto Kickstarter, devours whatever he does, and that can't be done with art alone. So congratulations, Brian. Much love from us to you. Super happy for you and proud of all your accomplishments.
Yeah, but we want to celebrate every writer this year. We really want to take the time, give a shout out, talk to everyone who is involved. Well, not talk to, but talk about, I should say. Getting my words right, considering it's a awards award night, right?
That's right.
So here we go. Let's talk about everyone who is involved. Can you
okay.
read?
Yeah, I can go all the way down to the bottom. So we have Chris Hayes. In the horror thriller genre for The Forgotten Isle and Don't Pay the Ferryman. We've got Peter Brow and Jaden Brow for Nachtfest Harvest of Horrors Anthology. We've got Madeline Holly Rosen for Boston Metaphysical Society in the Steampunk Alternate History Supernatural, which that wasn't really a category, was it?
I mean, technically by the genres, she does win it. There weren't 3 people that competed with her. but all credit due to her, she wins it. We just won't give her an official award because
Okay.
she competed in a category that was so finite that it's almost like I'm going to compete for being the best Rob Anderson, spelled S-I-N, who creates a
Yeah, right.
when you make the categories so small, it's very hard. And for those who don't know, we had put out the acceptable categories, the acceptable genres on our info and in the group, but I guess no one got the memo. So few people went a little out of the box.
Keep an eye on that for next year, by the way, gang.
Yeah.
We've got Peter D. Calvo in the genre of science fiction and superheroes for Andy Starboy. We've got Matt Knowles and Steph Cannon for Tales from Nocturnia in fantasy. Travis Gibb in the genre of horror suspense for Voodoo Nations. Lonzo Starr in action adventure and superheroes for Acolyte #2. Victor Dandridge Jr. in the genre of drama and superheroes for The Trouble with Love and Never Too Late. Tom Hutchison from Big Dog Inc. in the superhero genre for Critter. We've got the wonderful Stephanie Menard for the horror category, Aeonian 3. We've got Garrett Gunn, just for being Garrett Gunn. He's really cool dude, so he did a bunch of stuff, I'm sure. Warcorns is one that comes off the top of my head. Edward Davis in the genre of post-apocalyptic fantasy in Immortal Era, and Brian Polito and Mike McLean for Lady Death, La Muerta, and Hell Witch.
Now, Edward would win fantasy. We never had 3. He's in the background. He had the votes, so it's nothing against him because it was part of the fantasy. That he for us would be noted as the person who won that genre this year for fantasy. There were 2, but I mean, if you count technically Brian Polito, that makes it 3, doesn't it?
I mean, if you were to.
Because I mean, some of what Brian Polito does is fantasy, right?
Mm-hmm. I get, yeah.
They didn't notify me. That's the problem. Is not everyone said it. This became very difficult this year. That's why I wanted to take some extra time to talk about it. But I think celebrating the different genres is important. And this year, of course, it was just us trying it and experimenting with it. Ed, you stuck out through the show. Do you think it's important to celebrate even genres and the different writers within the genres?
I think it does. I think it's important because each one brings something different to their genre. So to represent each one is a really nice thing.
Yeah, and Stephanie Menard would take horror. Tom Hutchinson takes superheroes. And Victor Dandridge takes drama. Because those were really categories for that. And, of course, next year we're going to fix it so it'll be a little clearer on how this runs. Because clearly this year it missed the mark that we wanted. But all you guys did such an amazing job. We're all so proud of you. You know, this is a moment. Look at Edward. He got 69 votes, 69 people. Funny number, of course. But 69 is awesome. It shows he's got a great fan base. You know,
69 is awesome. I agree.
And when you're challenging Brian Polito, I mean, there were points they were almost neck and neck. Congratulations. We should give him an award just for hanging with Brian. Fan bases, man. That's a hustle right there, Ed.
He
As soon as I saw his
easily...
name above me, I thought, ooh, this is not going to be an easy run because here's a guy I was reading back in high school. You know, one of the people, I have boxes of Lady Death and Evil Ernie comics. So when I saw his name, it's like, ooh, there goes that, because I'm going up against a guy, like you said, his crowdfunding is crazy. He just, you know, instantly gets into huge figures. So to the fact that I got second place and even gave him a run, I feel happy.
You know what, Edward? From Chuck's Raw Reviews and Chuck's Shop Talk, I'm going to give you a special award, and that's the Not Easily Scared Away Award. So much love from me to you, homie.
But I do think it's amazing what you've done, Edward. You've come onto the scene. You've made yourself seen. You should take a bow. Garrett Gunn, amazing. Stephanie's amazing. Look at who you're with. Look at the class of creators you're
Victor
with.
Dandridge, Tom Hutchison. Yeah.
Travis with his Voodoo Nations.
Lonzo Starr with his own publishing company and everything. All these people are amazing names, all doing terrific work. Daniel Calvo, Matt on Holly Rose. I mean, seriously, you were in a crazy category, and yeah, you performed terrifically. So congratulations, homie.
But next year, I promise that we will figure out this genre thing to make it more simple for everyone. We will figure it out because this year it was really messy. So it was one of those times where we said last week that we would announce the winners of it, but we were kind of suspending the idea because it didn't come out the way it was supposed to. But Ed, you did amazing.
Thank you.
And we want to congratulate him again for his immortal era. That's it for the show today. We will stay on to do our after show because we leave time, hopefully, to read all the comments from our fans. The fans showed up, so this becomes their part of the show. But before we go, because you know what you all did, right? Y'all didn't send anything in, so it's my turn again. So I'm going to pick one last bit. Well, let's be honest. I'm going to do another one before we leave. But first, I just wanted to send this message to everyone, and I think we can all agree on this. In these divisive times, I think everyone can agree at least on this.
Comics are awesome.
Yes, they are.
Are you ready to enter the continuum? Well, if you are, here's what's ahead for you. Reapers by C. Michael Lanning and Meredith Logren. When spirits can be harvested and sold for energy, the ragtops must navigate psychic vampires, alien reverends, and other money-hungry groups to reap that sweet, sweet spiritual gold. The beginning of Wolf and Fox, it all starts here. From Luke Stone, Rob Anderson, a newly divorced heroic duo must come to grips with the end of their relationship while trying to find a way to work together to protect the city they both love. From Mike Seeley and Bobby Gregory, The Eclipse. After a tragic event on one of the Hawaiian Islands, Eclipse heroism is called into question and becomes a person of interest of a fixer employed by the U.S. government. The story of Eclipse is a catalyst to introduce a universe unknown till now to evoke your fandom. Dawn of the Dead by Austin and Company. Dawn has special psychic abilities and her nightmares are wreaking havoc on the world. Now she has been kidnapped by a nefarious group who wants to tap into her nightmares. They will soon find out that her deepest, darkest fears are raising the dead. And finally, Only Death Can Save Us. That's right, from Russ Leach and Company. Only Death Can Save Us is a Bronze Age-inspired cosmic fantasy romp, and you'll get the first 8 pages of this epic within the continuum. If Twilight Zone, Outer Limits, and Hitchcock Presents were working together and was a comic book series, it would be the continuum.
Yeah. I like that. The dog liked it too.
He loved it. He was like, "That's my favorite one." What, are we getting that one? Yes, we're getting that one.
All right, Chuck, you ready to read some comments?
I am. Absolutely, I am. Mike says hello.
Hi, Mike. Hold on, I'm gonna try to make these bigger for everyone to be able to see, because right now they're a little small. There we go. Because we're doing comments. So.
He says hello. Trish as well, saying hey guys. Chuck, that's right. It's me. What's going on? Yes, I will respond to that. Yeah, we might just.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'll tell you that right.
Eric Donnelly, hey, what's going on? Glad to see you. So much love from the fans tonight.
Absolutely. And I'm curious. I actually went back and checked. I'm checking the Kids Award to see if it actually changed since we've been on. Nope. Caleb took it. The Super Cat's still on. Woohoo! Comic Book School. Remember to download your copy today. ComicBookSchool.com is your place to get it, and it can be yours. Chuck challenge accepted. Oh boy, here we go.
I don't know what the challenge is. Oh, is that for the kids book or
no? The Comic Book School to win again, and you challenge everyone to do their own short. So
yes,
I'm telling you, and she's gonna bring it. I think next year it'll be a repeat for the Comic Book School squad. I just think who gets it might be changing.
I heard the Macabre Motel, but haven't got around to reading it yet. I read it. It was a good one. It was definitely original. Barbara says, thank you. You're very welcome, Barbara. Well earned. Congratulations.
Barbara, if you're still around, you're more than welcome to come on the show and talk to us about the award. We had sent it to Roland Mann. If you bother Roland Mann, he can give you the link, or just send me a link. Just go to my page, Rob Anderson. We'll get you in here. So if you're still around, you can accept the award. I will be sending it to Roland today. Congratulations. And of course, this is, by the way, for anyone who's like, what are they talking about? Because we didn't actually mention what she won for.
Divinity. Yeah.
Here you go. We wanted to show. And you know what I like about the awards too, Chuck? Every week we're giving out awards to new creators. I mean, Edward, he's being a bit of a hog. I mean, I don't want to call Edward out. He's in the room.
Yeah,
but he keeps making this great stuff that keeps getting awards. Edward, stop making such good books.
Can't guarantee that one.
That's what I want to hear. Fantastic. All right. So we have Comic Book School in the house. They said, hey, guys.
Oh, cool.
Thanks for running this, Rob and Chuck. Yeah.
Glad to do it.
And here we go from Mike James. Maybe we
left it up to Rob because the Barbara Unleashed setup is super cool.
I'll just take it because anything to promote my work. Again, shameless promotion night. Next year, I'm going to get so many videos because I've been taunting everyone who's been watching. You know, it's going to be like 1 million videos, but I'm going to get sponsors. Yeah.
There you go.
And I'm gonna give out shiny awards. We're going to give out the spoon. That'll be what the creators get. The Spoon Award. Everyone's like, why?
Straight from the tick.
You're going to have to wait a year to find out why the Spoon Award. I'll probably forget. I probably won't even remember.
There you go. Check out Rob's creative journey. If you
go.
click on that link, that will send you to check out his story, which I was a part of, and it was absolutely great. I think you guys would enjoy it an awful lot. Enter the Continuum. That's a classic mic drop, showing off some good stuff. He's also showing off Nebula Pearl. Let's see what else he shows off.
A smiley face.
A smiley face.
Awesome.
That was a little anticlimactic, I'll be honest.
That's what she
Congratulations to Brian Polito from Meredith Logren.
And that's a big one. Even having Brian show up was kind of cool because he was nominated, but he shared it. So, like, I mean, the fact that this is beginning to grow, and Chuck remembers our first year where we had the budget of the guy with the can outside asking for donations. And he was like, what are you doing?
And yet we had the Will Eisner Association, I believe, was showing off of our stuff.
Still is. We redid redid the Hall of Fame this year, made it nicer, made it more professional. They were kind enough to share it and actually comment on it and thank us for reminding people he's still his importance, his existence. You get some new creators today that just don't know who Will Eisner is, and it's heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
I got told the other day the first superhero was Superman.
What a joke.
Yeah. I was like, nope. Real quick, Ed, who was the first superhero?
Oh, man. See, now I'm on the spot. I'm going to sneak over.
He left. He froze and he left.
That was so smart. That was so smart. Can I do that?
He's back. Who's the first one?
I'm stumped. I failed.
It's Jesus, right?
Oh. I really regret not playing that warning now.
Right.
Chuck over at Shop Talk.
He's definitely a superhero. He's mine.
Good save. Good save.
Thank you.
All right. Here we go.
Blau genre main character upstage by secondary character.
You know what? That's a great idea. We should give out an award for a character. The crowdfund, the at-home pitcher is not working. What if we do that? Best character of 2020. Launch it tomorrow.
Yeah, totally.
I'm serious because, like, I'll be honest. There's this character that I really like, Link, and I would totally vote for that, dude. Plus,
I would let you.
I'll put Barbara up in there, and I'll show some outfits. What do you think, Edward? Would you put up one of your characters?
Oh, definitely.
I think it would be fun just to see how many characters show up. That's the challenge, guys. Tomorrow, I will put up a brick because we have one that's failing. Chuck knows it. No one. It was that whole display thing. No one really set up displays. Apparently, I'm the only one who went to my garage and set up a full display of my comics.
I don't have a garage, so yeah, no.
No, you remember GarageCon? You were on it. The very first thing we did a year ago. We haven't even talked about this. A year ago this weekend was when we found out Emerald City Comic Con was canceled.
No, I remember. I'm just saying I don't have a garage, so I had nowhere to set up my display.
But that happened a year ago, and next week would be a year since they were supposed to go live, which is why we did the awards that weekend.
In fact, the funny thing is, so for 2019, I got 2 amazing Christmas presents. I got a great trolley to carry all of my stuff to conventions, and I got amazing bins from a dear friend of mine to carry all my comics in. And I was like, fantastic. I'm set up. My setup and everything is going to be so much easier this year. And they are still unwrapped. They're still in the boxes because there was no point in opening them up and introducing them to the elements. So hoping to do that soon and get them out there and use them. But yeah, man, it was a funky year.
Man, you know what kills me is that I did 7 shows in 2020, and that's a record. I've done 7 shows in a month. Chuck knows what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And to say 7 shows was a record, I didn't know anyone who did 7 shows. I'm sure there is someone, but they would be like tying me or having 1 or 2 more shows than me. That's ridiculously low considering we're normally what, 17 shows a weekend sometimes when we do our show for the Comic-Con Highway. So you guys all stay tough, man. You kept creating. You found ways to adapt. So we're going to have some fun. We'll do the character this week as a reward for everyone. And if it takes off, we'll do it. I don't know if we'll do genre in the future. We won't do it this go around, but we'll give love and we'll talk about every character that's in there next week live on the show, which is going to be a 2-hour show, by the way. We start at 6. We go to 8. It's going to be a lot all at once. And Chuck's coming back. He's actually going to co-host with me. So this is the first of 2 nights he has. He did 2 nights, which is pretty cool. I'm doing all what is going to be 5 hours of the show. And I'm not on camera right now, guys, because something's wrong with my camera, because live TV. That is just what happens. See, that's what happens when I try to go. That's it. So I don't know if my camera died on me or if I just pushed my computer too hard today, because I was like a crazy chipmunk behind the scenes running around trying to get everything done. Chuck's like, I made a StreamYard. I was like, you don't have to. I've already completed mine. Come here. Let's get back to some the comments here. Oh boy. I should have played. Mike, what are you doing to me, Mike? What are you doing to me,
It's a
Mike?
good number to be stuck on.
Right.
Thank you. The job goes to the fans, though. They showed up. Yeah. They voted. Because if no one had voted, you see all these other awards where they're just handing out to their friends. It's the fans that showed up and the creators who make this exciting. I didn't really do much but press a couple buttons like a trained monkey.
That's not true. You did a lot more than that, but congratulations to you. Congratulations to the fans. Congratulations to the people who made stuff last year. That is huge.
Hey,
we're
buddy,
so appreciative of that.
Buddy, if you want to come on the show, just message me and you can be on the show. Actually, let me see. I'll try to send you a message in your messenger, buddy. You can come on and talk about comic book school if you want. Because that's Buddy Scalera. He's actually the person behind it. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to I'll send it in an email actually real quick to him. So we'll do that. We get shiny awards. You get digitally shiny awards. That's what you get, buddy. We're on indie budgets. So they're digital, but they shine when you leave them on your screen. You can get one of those picture frames at home. The ones that make it move around, like the load up 100 of them.
We'll get the best colorist. And they'll come on and they'll add gloss and glitter to it.
Yeah, and I'm sending out the links so we can get some of the comic book school in. Any of the comic book school who want to come in and talk about it, I'm happy to do that because comic book school, got to give them a lot of credit. They came together and kept creating. So Mike James says, next year, Trish will surely make a video for my comic. Awesome. Mm-hmm. Finally, someone has answered the challenge. Pop said, hey, Chuck.
Hey, buddy.
Spoon. I'm telling you, that's now going to be the award. It's going to be the Indie Spoon Award. And you want to know why? Because you're scooping up greatness.
Oh, okay. I just thought we all loved the Tick, but that's good too.
Oh, no, okay, sure. Give it to the Tick. Do that. Don't give me any credit. No, fine, whatever. We're moving on.
Limit my drops to not run crazy. Could do more if you wish. Nah, it's cool, Mike. We appreciate every mic drop that happens.
And look at this. Mike gives
Yeah,
out.
he keeps going. Hellbringers, that's right. Yeah, Mark May.
There we go. Hellbringers.
The Listener, which we had a commercial for earlier. Xenonanite Titan from Russ Allen. Jeez, look at that.
Completely wrong. I would that was, oh man, I'm so glad you read that.
Yeah.
Hi.
Ed, Link, Barbara.
Need an award for most comic stuff shoved in a small space. Man, that would be a tight run.
What do you mean, like a Volkswagen?
A Volkswagen, a crawl space, a shed, a closet.
Oh, I've squeezed so much in my little Kia to get to different cons. It's like, all right, I'm having them. I have comics next to me in the back seat, every little crevice you can shove them in, and posters under the seats. So I'm all about getting that small space maximized. You gotta do Tetris to get it all to fit.
Wendy and I literally just went out yesterday and bought a new car and upgraded so that we would have more space to
Nice.
in order. And that was, we were telling the guy the whole time, we're like, we need to fit as many comics and stuff in here as we possibly can. D. Allie, how are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Great. Welcome to the show. What are we talking about today?
Are you kidding? We're talking about awards, man. You passed me left and right. Those are awesome.
And he's the host. You think he'd know what?
Well, I wanted to know specifically what awards she was excited about.
This one.
Dude. Comic book school, man.
She edited the book. She
Yeah.
was one of the people who put it all together after it. She was the one who told me how Chuck let me down and missed a period somewhere. Actually, that was probably me because I had had so many problems, and a lot of people know this. I had had so many problems with the artists dropping in and out. I literally went down to the last minute, and I never go down to the last minute. And I remember I was like, Chuck. Oh my God, Chuck. Oh my God. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to pull this off.
I kept hearing Rob go, well, Chuck told me this and Chuck told me that. I'm like, who the heck is Chuck?
And I never go down.
Mr. Buddy Scalera, how are you doing, sir?
Look, it's so suave. So suave.
I was like, I don't know if I'm going to pull this off.
I kept hearing Rob go,
We can hear your sound there, buddy.
Chuck told me that. I'm like, who the heck is Chuck?
Those sounded like good people, though, buddy. Those people talking. What's going on, buddy? He's the man behind it all.
Hey guys, I heard D. Allie and I was like, I got to get on this thing because she's just going to start saying stuff and it's going to go bad fast.
All true.
D. Allie, I'm actually, Rob, put her back. Put her back real quick as she has a limited amount of time as she dials in from a prison cell. As you can see from the bars behind her.
It's a mirror. I swear. Look. Here's the whole place, right? Look at how nice my parents' condo is.
Okay, we got it going on.
You got it going on.
D's got it going on. So, guys, we were so excited. We were watching. We've never won an award as a team, right? D, we're so excited.
We took 2 tonight, buddy.
We did? Did D win?
Yeah. You didn't see the second one?
No, my wife was like, comic book school's live right now. I went, that I'm supposed to be on something?
I was trying to get in touch with you. My phone didn't save your number. And I'm like, guys, how do I get in touch with Buddy? They're like, go to Google Hangouts. And I'm like, how's that going to help me? I don't know his name on Google Hangouts.
I'm half in, half out of the grocery store, and I get a message from Rob saying, where's Buddy? How do I get in touch with Buddy? And I'm like, call him? He's like, I don't have the number. And I'm like,
oh. You have my number?
My phone got screwed up during an update. And it kicked half my things out, so I have to re-update it. And I don't know what's going on with it because
when I was single, a lot of women had the same problem. Their phone, as soon as I tried to give them my number, their phone stopped, just taken away. Fortunately, my wife took great pity on me and married me.
Do you know what really hurts, buddy? I found your phone number while we were live just now, and I was like, are you kidding me? After all my day? Because I went to go look up your email address to send you the email, and all of a sudden your phone number popped up, and I'm like, this is not fair. I was like, I can't call him with the link, so I'm just going to email him. Forget this. But Chris pulled it off. He beat me, and he beat Chuck.
And it's an awesome story.
Ragnarok,
really good.
Ragnarok won also?
Yeah, the best comic short of the year.
Wow. Wow. Where's Ari in all this? Ari should be doing a victory lap.
Heck yeah.
This is what he was up against, and that was Chuck just ruining my childhood with the scarecrow over there.
Thank you.
Ruining
But
it.
to try, I feel like that's my job. That's what I can't even remember who the comic creator was, but that's what I've been told our job is to ruin childhood. So I'm here for that.
But I mean, comic book school, again, so much credit to Buddy. You guys don't know how this started in 2019, and we all got together throughout the whole situation of 2020. We stayed together. It was like Band of Brothers time. That's how that was. Do you want to talk a little bit about it, Buddy? Tell them how it is, because we're into our second season now.
I will tell you that this was a project 25 years in the making, Rob. And I was fortunate enough to run into Dee Alley at New York Comic Con after the one of the panels, because they were spread out over the weekend.
It was the Creator Connection panel.
Was it Creator Connection?
Mm-hmm.
And we were just saying how she was stumped. And I was saying how year after year, we would see a lot of the same faces, and we would say, what did you work on? And they'd say like, oh, I started something I didn't finish, or here's my sketchbook. And I'm like, no, you're here to make comics. And I realized that, there had to be some way to utilize the rest of the 364 days of the year to get people to make comics. And right there with Dee, we kind of came up with a plan. And I said, Dee, just write a project schedule and tell me how you would do it. And she did such a great job. Having never created comics before, she did such a great job that I said, why don't we invite other people? And I'll turn this over to Dee in a minute. But Rob, we thought really we would have one story, maybe one by Dee, definitely one by Dee, maybe one or two other people. And we were like, okay, we'll have a, 16 or 24-page anthology. And somehow we caught some wind. And Dee, what did we end up with?
144 pages. 144 pages in the year 2020 of comics produced mostly by people who had never been published before. So, yeah, it went well. And some people had, several entries. Chris had 2 stories. Ari had a story and a flash fiction. I mean, it was a big ordeal. And we kind of were flying by the seat of our pants most of the time, but we got it done and we got it out, and it's amazing. So,
but isn't that the best way to fly?
As long as you're not responsible for the landing, Chuck.
Oh, well, and as editors, that's the problem. We kind of are.
Exactly. No, I handed that off to Chris this year. I know you talked to him earlier, and he's talking about it. But we started the second anthology already. We do have a theme this time, which is the time in. But anyone and everyone who makes comics is invited to come. You don't have to be a newbie. You don't have to be a professional. You don't, amateur, professional, paid. We don't care. Come on over and make comics, because we love to have more people in the community. Edward, you're also invited. Chuck, always invited. So
thank you.
Come on by and see what we're doing. So we just started character design today for the next set. So that's my fun bit, because I fall more towards the artist side. So I've been drawing for 3 days, trying to figure out how I want my characters to look for this next anthology. So,
and the great thing about it is you get to try out different things. Like Dee had never really been the editor of a comic book anthology, and you just learned on the job. And now
I've never been an editor of anything.
Yeah, now she has this valuable experience that's portable and applicable to any number of things that she will work on, but it is a life skill in her future career as a comic book creator that she actually has this experience. And we are inviting people to come in and say, you want to try something, try something. Let's be creative, because we included flash fiction in this. This was a multimedia effort. A. Rubin said, let's add flash fiction. And Dee and I were like, cool, what's flash fiction?
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
and then he explained it to us.
What is it?
Yeah, and now we have flash fiction. I think, Dee, you would agree that it just made it a better package for people, right?
Yeah.
It had a lot of breadth and depth.
Yeah, definitely.
And now I have to ask you guys, the second one is coming up. What are the plans for the page count? What are you guys expecting? Like, because I've already seen the submissions. I'll be honest, it looks like it's going to be huge this year.
Well, it is an 8-page challenge, so we expect you to do at least 8 pages. There's some back and forth about whether or not some people can do more. I'm not going to go there right now. We'll discuss it later. But we had a little mix up last year. Some people did covers and some people didn't. So this year we're doing 8 pages and a cover. And that kind of gives the artists a chance to sort of explore a full page. And maybe if you want to try, multiple artists in your story, that you would try. Rob, you're a perfect example. You had lots of different artists last year. Maybe you would have wanted a variant cover or someone to, do another cover for you. So we're doing 8 pages and a cover. So far, I think we have at least 6 teams. We might have more than that. But that, coupled with the fact that we don't even start flash fiction for another 2 months, I mean, there could be multiple entries there as well. So we're looking to push 100 pages again. That's my goal, is to sort of outdo last year. So 150 pages, 180 pages, 200 pages, who knows? It's a digital download, so we're not really restricted that way. And if we have to put out, 2 files and be like, there's a part 1 and a part 2, the more the merrier. We would love to have more people than less.
And I would just add that one of the key background elements of this, and Rob, you'll know this from coming to the panels, is that we really want this to be a learning experience. So we do structure it in a way that enables people to both have community-based learning, but also formalized learning. So the formalized learning is rooted in an actual comic story that I wrote for Marvel. We use that as an example. We break down exactly how I wrote my story and plotted my story, and then we actually integrated the pencils and inks and colors and letters from all of the Marvel creators, and they generously gave us their files. And I think that when we think about what we're trying to accomplish, it is certainly to put out a great anthology, for sure. But Comic Book School is about the craft and business of making comics. We're talking about professionalism, ways to conduct yourself, ways to organize your portfolio and put everything together in a coherent professional package. And I think that the anthology, as wonderful as it is, I think one of the biggest achievements that Dee and I can point to is that I think there were 33 creators, and about 28 of them, this was their first published credit. And that's a pretty big deal for us, because our mission is to teach and help people to step up, whether or not they're at the earliest level of their career, or they're somewhere in the middle, or they're already on their way. Everybody continues to have something they need to learn and always benefit from the community and the relationship. So for us, it was really important to make sure it's tied back to learning.
And I know that Chuck knows I've said this a million times in all the things I've ever done, but I'm going to say it here because I don't think Buddy's ever actually heard me say it live. There would not be a Comic Book Advocates if it was not for Buddy Scalera. And I'm not joking. I'm not kidding. Everything that happened today is because of Buddy and Victor Dandridge. The two of them, Victor Dandridge, a supportive person, just an amazing person. He was one of those people that when I was in a wheelchair, didn't see the wheelchair, just saw me, Buddy too. And Buddy remembers that. And it's actually in my creative journey, having to show up in a wheelchair and still being that passionate to show up. I appreciate everyone who was part of this process, especially this year that we just went through. And we're going to keep rising together. I'm going to let everyone go around the room, and I'm going to let Chuck end the program because we're over our 1 hour mark.
Oh, Rob, I want to show something.
Can we just do one thing quick?
Of course.
I just wanted to say, like, you are becoming that person for other people, like you and Chuck doing these shows, and Meredith and all the people that do your shows. You're putting all that stuff out there for those people who can't go to the panels and meet Buddy, meet Vince, and all those other people. Like, for those of you who don't know, Rob is leading our newbie group in the new anthology. So he is a mentor to all of our new people. And I just think that's great. Like, you do these shows, you're an advocate for everybody, you're constantly positive, and you're like this fantastic motivational speaker for anyone who wants to make comics. And you and Chuck, and you mention Chuck all the time. Chuck, he talks about you constantly. And most of it's good, I swear.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
But I just want to point out, like, Buddy might have been like the guy who started it for you, but you are the guys who are starting it for the next gen. And I just can't thank you enough, because you guys have helped me stay motivated to do all the things that I need to do for comics. So thanks for that.
Oh, it's my pleasure. We rise together. I'm never not going to believe that. We're always going to rise together. Buddy, did you want to show something?
I did. You want to go show this? I want to show this. It's kind of ridiculous, but I took this out. I went to my father's house, and when I was a kid, my dad and I made this. This is our Jaws diorama that we made when I was a kid, and I found it in my father's house just recently. You could see the Jaws eyes fell off, but yeah. I don't know why I felt like showing that. I was like, oh, I want to show this to everybody.
Buddy, you need a bigger boat.
For the win.
Well played. All right, everybody. We're going to get out of your hair. Thank you all for tuning in. But before we go, please, everyone, as you get up on the screen, tell everyone where they can find you.
You can find me at comicbookschool.com and at Comic Book School on Twitter and Instagram.
I'm Dee Alley. You can find me also at Comic Book School and in the Comic Book School forums, and at Redheaded Ed on Twitter.
Ed Davis, you can find me on social media under Finish Line Comics, and March 20th, you can find me on Kickstarter for Mortal Era No.
All right, and Chuck, take us home.
What's going on, guys? I'm Chuck Pino, Pineau. You can find me on Facebook under that name, Instagram under that name. You can find me on Twitter at ChuckyPin, and you can find my publishing wing, Bonfire Press, on Facebook right now. You can also find my shows, both Chuck's Raw Reviews and this one right here, Chuck's Shop Talk, on youtube.com/Chuck's Raw Reviews. I love having you guys here. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. You guys have made this an absolutely amazing awards this year. We've got one more week to go. There's been so much amazing stuff to show off. And you know what? In a year like last year, with all the crap that hit us, you guys kept creating. So please keep it up so that we can have an absolutely even better award season next year. Thank you so much, everybody. Peace, love, and comics. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe.
Now, remember, everybody, to join us back here for our final night. That's right. We're going to wrap it all up next week. This has been a month of awards that wraps up just next weekend. We'll see you live at 6 p.m. next Sunday. And remember to check out the Continuum by going to continuumcomics.com. That's right. Next year, you all have to make videos for your own stuff, because I'll keep promoting myself if you don't. We'll see you.